Kano State House of Assembly passes bill dissolving Kano Emirate. Labour rejects 57,000 minimum wage offer as federal government laments paucity of funds. Imo communities protest against alleged brutality by police. And on the foreign scene, Kenyan climber Sheritot Kuri found dead on Mount Everest. Hello, welcome to News Update. My name is Lilian Ogazi. And now to the news. The Kano State House of Assembly has passed the Kano Emirates Council Law Repeal Bill 2024, effectively abolishing the establishment of 5 new emirates in the state. The bill, which passed its third reading, nullifies the creation of the Bichi, Rano, Gaya, Karaye Emirates, leaving only the historic Kano Emirate.
This 5 newly created emirate has done nothing but create divisions among the indigenes of Kano. They only divide people. The unity which existed thousands of years in Kano were divided. Kano is one, and some portions were now created into subdivisions called the Emirate Council. So we are now reverting back to our old historical background. One Kano, one people, one emir.
We felt this issue should have been subjected to public hearing. Let's hear the public. Let's hear what people want. Do they want the amendment to be done? Because we represent people. We are not brought here on our individual capacities, but we were brought here by the mandate given to us by the people. So we felt people should be given the chance to speak and say whether they like it or not. And most of us are from the rural areas, and we felt what happened earlier, has brought development to our rural areas.
Earlier, we had a member of Kano Elders Forum, Ibrahim Ado Karwa, and he gave us an update.
There is a natural development, and it's expected because the emirate created by Governor Ganduje have no basis in history and law. That was why when he did it, we objected. But now, alhamdulillah, the assembly decided to repeal all the laws he did while he was the governor in relation to the Emirates. And they have reversed now to the original position of Kano with only one area.
You have stated that this development is actually expected by the new administration. I'd like to hear from you. How do you see this affecting the polity in Kano State?
It's positive because that's what the people wanted. When they voted for this government. They voted for this government because they knew the government is going to change what Gandhi has done that is not correct. And the repeal of the Emirate law and many other things that he did that were not proper are in good, they are properly done and people accept it. So it is good for the politics of Kano and it is democracy.
In your opinion, don't you think this would divide Kano? There are supporters of NNPP and also APC.
What Gandhi did was what divided Kano. This one is going to unite Kano.
Okay.
Gandhi's position was to divide people and rule them. But now, what the NNPP is doing and the Governor Abba are doing is to unite all the people of Kano under one umbrella. We have one identity. Majority of 99% of the people in Kano are Muslims and they speak Hausa. So why we start creating emirates that never existed? You see, that is what is going to bring division, and it did. So now we are going back to our origin, which is we are one people, we have one identity. There is no difference between somebody from Kano sitting and somebody from Gogwa or somebody from Konchi. So why should somebody come and create emirates for you? We are not southeastern Nigeria, where every hamlet becomes a kingdom. We don't have that.
Okay. So I'd like to hear from you.
It has always been one area in the last over 200 years. Since the Jihad of Shaw's Kano has always been ruled by one area. So why should somebody come and create? You can't create Emirates. It cannot be created by law.
Okay, then what happens?
The people.
Just very quickly before we let you go, what then happens? Let's say the next government comes in and decides to revert this.
If the next government reverts it, another government will come and bring it back. That's in democracy. Nothing is permanent. We don't have fear. We believe what is right should be done at every given time. What is going to come tomorrow, we are not sure. Only God knows.
Away from that now, the tripartite committee on new minimum wage is adjourned till next Tuesday, May 28, to continue deliberation after Wednesday's meeting in Abuja ended in a deadlock again. The federal government, the private organized sector and the organized labor failed to reach a consensus on the new minimum wage at the Wednesday meeting. Reports said the government and the organized private sector was forced to propose a sum of 57,000 naira from its earlier 54,000 naira after the committee took a 30-minute break to make further deliberation. The sum was, however, rejected by Labour. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has called for proper elections into local government councils across the country to ensure legitimate administration at that level of government. Chairman of the Commission, Mahmood Yakubu, made the call at a meeting with the Forum of State Independent Electoral Commission of Nigeria in Abuja. Noel Sampson has more.
FOSECON is a body created 18 years ago and vested with the power to conduct, organize, supervise all elections to local government councils within states, and also to render such advice as it may consider necessary to the Independent National Electoral Commission on the compilation and registration of voters for the local government election in states. During their visit to the commission, they spoke on the need to review their MOU with the commission as well as development of a strategic work plan, among others.
The joint INEC-FOSECON committee was formerly headed by Dr. Adekunle Ladepo Ogunmola, with Mariam Iya Musa as secretary. This committee held its meeting last on the 5th of February 2022 at this commission's headquarters. The forum was also represented at the meeting with the National Assembly on electoral reforms that was held in Lagos. We request that the committee be reconstituted to give it more impetus and new direction towards achieving the core objectives of conducting free, fair, and credible elections at all levels.
INEC Chairman Mahmood Yakubu frowned against the manner local government elections are conducted in the country and charged FOSECON to take the bull by the horn whenever states are conducting elections for local governments.
Unfortunately, the conduct of local government elections in virtually all the states of the Federation has become mere coronation of candidates of the ruling parties. It is time to stop the coronation and conduct proper elections. State governors should allow the state independent electoral commissions to have greater capacity for independent action. Many of the state electoral commissions have no functional offices in the local government areas in their states and cannot recruit their own permanent staff. In some states, the state electoral commissions are either not properly constituted, have no security of tenure, or their critical functions have been taken over by government officials. I therefore appeal to FOSECON to take the bull by the horns. While there are legal and financial constraints to your operations, your independence does not necessarily draw from statutory or financial provisions alone. The courage with which you discharge your obligation to protect the integrity and credibility of elections is the most important determinant of success. There are no shortcuts to the discharge of this enormous responsibility.
Stakeholders are hopeful that the meeting charts a new course for the conduct of local government elections in Nigeria. Noel Sampson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, some women in Mahu community in Ohajegbema local government area of Imo State have staged a peaceful protest for the alleged brutality by an inspector of police in their community. They are seeking the immediate intervention of Governor Hope Uzodinma and President Bola Tinubu to prevail on the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Ugbetokun, to quickly put a stop to the injustice against the people of the community. Trust TV's Ajibade Praise tells us more.
The inspector, whom the protesting women identified as Chibata Chukwu Kadibia, popularly known as Kill and Bury, according to them, has perpetrated several acts of criminality in their community under the guise of policing. They listed disappearance and extrajudicial killing of youths in their community, as well as unlawful arrest of leaders who dare to speak against his policing methods, as some of the vices allegedly committed by the cop.
What goes on there is that when you get people that carry bunkering, you will take them to that place, kill them, and take the money from them and that bunkering as well. And lock them up. Also request for money, ask them to pay for this thing, so that they can be released. They will not pay them.
Okay, they pay money for their release,
yes.
for their bail.
Yes.
Whereas that place is not normal police station.
Yes.
Okay.
They should release Pastor Nobu. Pastor Nobu is innocent. They should bring him out. He did not do anything. The whole community does not like that officer that did this to Pastor Nobu.
Pastor Nobu to be released wherever they are taking him to. Let them release him. He's our man. He's a good man of this land. We need him alive and back to our community. Whoever that is responsible, we don't care to know. All the allegations they are laying on him is a lie.
When contacted, the police public relations officer of Imo Command, ASP Henry Okoye, said the command is aware of the development, but however advised those concerned to lodge a formal complaint through the police public complaint unit. He assured the command under the leadership of CP Danjuma Aboki is ready to effect actions that aid peace in all communities across the state.
And advise them to take advantage of the disciplinary units in the command. The command doesn't tolerate all these things. If there's any genuine complaint against any of our personnel, you should bring it to us to handle. And if there is need, like I say, to transfer an officer to another location, we can for the purpose of peace.
According to the residents, this is not the first time they are calling for the redeployment of the police officer from their community, following the complaints of his dangerous style of policing. Ajibade Praise, Trust TV News, Owerri.
Following the withdrawal of the military from Okwama community, the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of ICT Department Force Headquarters and DIG South, Daniel Sokari Pedro, says that the Nigerian police will ensure peace in Okwama community. He stated this while speaking to the press in Asaba after a visit to the governor of Delta State in Asaba. The DIG pointed out that his men have been trained to maintain peace and order now that the military have withdrawn their men, noting that peace is a necessity and a necessary tool in the community for sustainable development. They fled indigents of the community during the crisis that took the lives of military men have received green lights from the relevant authorities, including the state government, to return home.
Ours is to maintain internal security. Okay. It is only in heaven we don't have crime. Here on earth, we have crime. We keep on trying our best. You know, when you fight crime with by using human resources alone, you may not achieve much. When you now deploy AI and other forms of technology, I'm sure all those aspects of crime you're talking about will reduce.
A police officer assigned to the enforcement team of the Jos Metropolitan Development Board was reportedly shot dead on Wednesday in Terminus Market, Jos, the capital of Plateau State. Reports said that the security operatives, including police, mobile police and soldiers, have been by the state government to enforce non-street trading in the area. The security operatives are stationed around Terminus Market to ensure total compliance to the law. An official of the market confirmed the development, saying the officer was mistakenly killed by his colleague. He said the situation has led to tension in the area, resulting in the firing of tear gas to disperse the crowd. The spokesperson for the State Police Command, DSP Alabo Alfred, said they were investigating the matter.
I'm on a terminus with this.
A former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has said he will keep contesting for Nigeria's oval seat till his health allows him. He also stated that he was inspired by the story of former American President Abraham Lincoln, who contested many times before he could become the occupant of the White House. The 77-year-old was the People's Democratic Party presidential candidate during the 2019 and 2023 presidential elections. He lost to former President Muhammadu Buhari and incumbent President Bola Tinubu in 2019 and 2023 respectively. Atiku, who served as Vice President to former President Olusegun Obasanjo from 1999 to 2007, will be 81 during the next presidential election in 2027. This is news updates coming to you from Trust TV. Coming up, Gombe Balanga farmers appeal for return to dam irrigation site after 4 years of inactivity. More news when we return. Do stay. You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is news updates coming to you from Trust TV. Let's take a look at our headline stories again. Kano State House of Assembly passes bill dissolving Kano Emirates. Labour rejects 57,000 naira minimum wage, offers FG laments paucity of funds. Now moving on, in a strategic move to enhance investment opportunities for both foreign and local investors, particularly in the agro-processing sector, the Jigawa State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with Nigeria Arabian Gulf Chambers of Commerce in Dutse. The agreement is expected to boost food production in the state. The reports.
Jigawa State, a leader in the production of sesame, hibiscus, and gum arabic, is actively seeking investors to expand investment opportunities. This initiative aims to attract development partners to harness the state's significant economic potential, fostering growth and development for both the state and the nation. A delegation from the Nigeria Arabian Gulf Chambers of Commerce, led by the organization's Chief of Staff, Qasim Gidado, said the MOU with the Jigawa government is expected to bring substantial improvement to the state's investment landscape. Governor Umar Namadi said Jigawa is the largest producer of sesame and hibiscus in Nigeria, contributing 75% of the country's export commodities, with the state accounting for 90% of the national production.
We are here today, Your Excellency, to actualize that MOU by getting that MOU signed. The signing of the MOU geared towards the promotion of products that Jigawa State has comparative advantage over and the attraction of investments for export-ready industries in Jigawa. The Nigerian Arabian Gulf Chamber of Commerce is committed in achieving these objectives through the utilization of the Trade House and the regional office, both located at the UAE. Your Excellency, we implore you to visit these facilities for your assessment should you get the chance to go to UAE. So, since the last time we were here, we were able to launch the Nigerian Trade House in Dubai, which was witnessed by the Nigerian government. Primarily, some of the subnationals attended. During that event, we were able to sign MOUs with Lagos State government, and we've been developing that MOU relationship with Lagos State actively.
As a state, promoting commerce and industries is one of our 12-point agenda, and we felt Nigeria Arabian Gulf Chamber of Commerce is a very good partner. The signing of MOU today signifies our intention to promote businesses in Jigawa State. The Chief of Staff to the President, what we are doing today, we are promoting a serious business between Nigeria Arabian Gulf Chamber of Commerce and Jigawa State. It may interest you to know that Jigawa State, we are the #1 producers of sesame in Nigeria. We are also #1 producers of hibiscus in Nigeria. We are the #1 producers of wheat in Nigeria. And we are the #1 producers of gum arabic in Nigeria. we are ranked number 2 in the rice production in Nigeria. And also, what we are doing today, let me confirm to you that in our preparedness to enhance this relationship, we have secured the approval of the Federal Civil Aviation in Nigeria, the Honorable Minister of Aviation, that Jigawa State Airport will be converted into cargo airport.
To facilitate this process, Governor Namadi revealed that the state government is negotiating with airport authorities to provide cargo facilities at Duse International Airport to expedite the export of processed products from the region.
Farmers at the Balanga Dam irrigation site have called on the state government to allow them continue cultivating their fields after 4 years of inactivity. According to the farmers, almost 900,000 people were affected, while several youths and farm laborers have resorted to crime due to idleness. They are, however, urging the government to take the necessary measures to restore their means of livelihood and fight unemployment in the nearby communities. Trust TV's Hassan Kohli visited the irrigation site and filed in this report.
Situated in Balanga local government area of Gombe State, the Balanga Dam was a source of livelihood for hundreds of thousands of people, especially irrigation farmers in Balanga, Galangu, Swa, Tula, Donk Arame in Gombe and neighboring states. However, the 4 years of inactivity have denied almost 1 million people access to their land, as the government failed to pump the water from the dam for irrigation farming. Communities are worried that most of the farmers are now unable to provide basic necessities for their families. I have been engaged in irrigation farming for more than 3 decades. We used to clear debris and vegetation on the canals before the irrigation farming season, and it was always done through community effort and a little aid from the government. However, for the past 4 years, we have been unable to cultivate our lands and the government not cleared the canals. We even agreed to do the entire operation, but the government did not accept our offer. In fact, we have exhausted all our efforts for now, yet we have not been officially informed of the reason behind the development. With the family of 21, 50-year-old Yahya Ali says his life has never been this difficult. I have been carrying out irrigation for almost 3 decades. I depended solely on it to cater for my family. The last took place in 2019. Now that we spent 4 years without irrigation farming here, our only concern is how to feed ourselves. Life has become miserable for us because we are unproductive. Due to the development, the communities are experiencing social biases as laborers and youth who were once engaged in the farms have taken to crime. This is very unfortunate because it has negatively impacted our lives. Now our youth are engaging in traditional games under the trees, while some are now involved in unwholesome acts, which is not good for our future. While irrigation farming was still on, 874 youths were working in my rice fields, but now they have become idle. The government should consider this a matter of urgency. Reacting to the development, the state government said modalities are being worked out to kick off the rehabilitation and expansion project at the Balanga Dam irrigation site.
The state government, since when I came to office, I've been making a lot of strides to ensure that normalcy has returned in Balanga Dam. I'm happy to tell you that the zonal coordinator of Northeast Development Commission visited me last 2 weeks, and he informed me that the only thing that is left now is for the contractors to be handed over to the state so that they will commence work. So that aspect too has gone very far. So I want to inform the citizens of Galangu especially, but Gombe State as a whole, that very soon and before the next irrigation season will commence, I'm very sure that Balanga Dam will be in shape and normalcy will be returned and irrigation farming will commence.
The Balanga Dam was created by the former head of state, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, in 1980s as a multipurpose dam that serves as a source of livelihood to residents in the community. Hassan Lawan Koli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
And now to the foreign scene. A Kenyan climber has died close to Everest summit and his Nepali guide is missing. According to a tourism official, the incident takes this season's toll on the world's highest mountain to at least 3. Joshua Cheriyot Kuri, 40, and his Nepali guide Mwang Sherpa, 44, went out of contact Wednesday morning, and a search team was deployed on the 8,849-meter-high mountain. Search parties also continue to look for a 40-year-old British climber and a 21-year-old Nepali guide who have been missing since Tuesday morning after an ice fall collapsed. As they descended from Everest Peak on Monday, a Romanian climber died in his tent during a bid to scale Lhotse, the 4th highest mountain in the world. Everest and Lhotse share the same route until diverting at around 7,200 meters. Well, with that, we've come to the end of News Update this hour. Do well to follow us across all our social media platforms for more news, programs, and documentaries. Thanks for watching. I am Lilian Ogazi.